Hi, I'm Jocelyn. Welcome to Fast Easy Vegan. Today we're going to do something a little different. I was perusing a book. This is called The Voluptuous Vegan. It's by Myra Kornfeld. And she uses oil, but her recipe just did not use oil. And her recipes are inventive and interesting, and I love cabbage. So I'm going to be doing with you the red cabbage braised with beer and mustard. Ooh, that sounds so good. That would be magnificent on a cold day, which today isn't. I just think it would be magnificent anyway. And I think I'm gonna have polenta on the side instead of potatoes, which is what I would gravitate toward first. So anyway, let's get rolling with this. I can't wait. I'm really excited about this recipe. Okay, so we are taking half of a red cabbage. Well, yeah, and we're gonna sliver that. And then an onion, and then we're gonna start off with cooking the onion. Okay, this is our first step. And then when that onion softens, we'll add the cabbage to it and then the beer. And we add the spices last, according to this recipe. So she wants these thinly sliced. So yes, ma'am. Now I was saying the other day somewhere, maybe it was a video for my upcoming cooking class, or it could have been for you guys, I don't know. But I was talking about how when you first try a new recipe, to please do it exactly the way it's written. And then you'll know what the chef was intending. And if there's something about it you don't like, you can change later. But until you know what that recipe actually tastes like, how can you adjust it, right? I mean, unless there's a specific flavor that you really, really hate, just leave it out. I have a relative who can't do caraway. She just can't, and that's fine. So she would leave it out of this recipe. And she's not coming for dinner tonight, so it's okay. Okay, so let's see. What are we doing here? We're slicing the cabbage very thin, and we're heating the onions. Okay, so let me finish slicing this cabbage very thin. Actually, I kind of like cutting cabbage like this. Hey, I haven't thrown anything on the floor yet. Kind of amazing, huh? Okay, there's an edge. Let's go with that. I can hear that onion sizzling away, which is a good sign. All right. Yeah. Getting some glaze on the bottom there. I like it. Ooh, getting some color. That was nice. Okay, now we want to put in the recipe says to put in the caraway seeds as we are sauteing this together. Okay, so I'll do that now. And this cabbage is pretty juicy, so I may not have to add any liquid yet. 1 onion, half a cabbage, a bottle of beer, half a cup of apple juice, which I don't have, okay? And this is like that back end of the lecture about always do a recipe exactly the way it's written. Well, I can't. I've got applesauce. I'm going to give that a try and see how that works. So a half a cup of apple juice or cider. Forgive me for the applesauce. 2 tablespoons whole grain mustard, which I also no longer have. We finished it just the other day. A teaspoon of ground caraway seeds. Well, I don't have them ground either, so hopefully I'm not straying too far away from the author's intent. I'm using real caraway seeds. I don't want to powder them. I'm just going to put them in here. They plump up in the liquid and get really, really yummy and nice. So now what we're doing, after a couple of minutes, oh yeah, coming along nicely here. Getting very glazed on the bottom. And the beer, when we put that in, of course, that will deglaze the pan. Okay. Here goes the applesauce. Hope I'm not ruining it. Where'd you go? Okay, now you can see the important stuff. Okay. Now the apple juice is doing, or the apple sauce is doing a nice job of deglazing this pan. And what we're going to do here is, in a minute, add the beer, cover it, and cook it for 15 minutes. It smells good. Okay, I'm going to add the beer now. Then we'll cover it and let it cook. The alcohol will cook out completely, and you'll just have that nice sort of bitter beer flavor to go with this gorgeous red cabbage. So let me cover that. Leave a little space for steam to get out. And in 15 minutes, we're going to take a look and see what it looks like. All right, well, it's been about 15 minutes. And the recipe says first you want to cover your pan, boil for 5 minutes, then take the lid off and simmer it for 15, which is what I've been doing. And you can see, you know, it's looking pretty cooked here. At which point, now we're going to add the final ingredients. So it's 2 tablespoons of stone ground, ew, I made a mess. Stone ground mustard, which I don't have, but I do have this stuff. I know why I like this recipe. It's just got such a German vibe to it. My dad was German. We had all the foods growing up. Okay, what a mess. Well, I'm good at messes, and if you've watched my other videos, you know that's true. I'm just washing this off. All this extra mustard. I don't need it in my life. And now the final ingredient is umeboshi plum vinegar. Umeboshi plums are pickled and salted, and they're heavily salted. You're gonna laugh. So those of you who are salt-free, yeah, this wouldn't be your vinegar. Ume vinegar has, you ready? 1,050 milligrams of sodium in it's 1 teaspoon, right? So this is like pure salt with flavor. And, you know, I've had this bottle like 5 years, and look, I've used that much. But for an extra flavor, if you're not sensitive to salt, then, ooh, this is good. And we want a lot. We want 3 tablespoons. Usually a couple drops is just enough. But the recipe calls for 3 tablespoons, so that's what we're doing. And then it also calls, this is kind of hilarious, calls for salt and pepper. Well, maybe I'll put a little pepper on. That's good. Get some fresh squoze pepper. All right. What a pig. I like pigs, but you know what I mean. I am just very good at messes. All right, there's our dish. And once I get that mustard all completely in there, I'm going to take a tiny taste. I'm not going to do the rest of my dinner with you because I like to do short videos with you so it doesn't take up, you know, your whole afternoon. But with this, I thought I'd do, I think I talked about this already, polenta and mushrooms with, of course, salad. But potatoes would be classic with this. Could do potatoes and steamed broccoli or whatever. Don't forget your salad. Okay, turning off the heat. Time to taste it. Okay, I'm excited. This is amazing. This is really, really good. Thank you, Myra Kornfeld, for your delicious Germanic cabbagey dish. I love it. The caraway seeds make it. The ume vinegar is perfect. Yeah, this is a good dish. So make it. Let me know what you think about it. Talk to you next time. It'll be soon.